Hey everybody, Jaden speaking here from Recharge Physio. Just going to do a knee strapping. So we have a patient here that has got an unstable knee with laxity of two ligaments, inside the knee and the outside as well. And she's keen to do a bit of a hike on the weekend, so we're going to do quite a firm strapping for her. So get started. So first we're going to use a bit of alcohol just to cleanse the skin. So any kind of moisturizer or a soap just to cleanse it off to make that all stick well. The next step is we're going to use an under tape. So I use a hypoallergenic under tape, Hyperfix, which just kind of looks after the skin, so it's a little bit less strongly adhesive on the skin, and it's a bit more gentle on the skin. We're going to use another kind of tape, zinc oxide, on the top, which is nice and rigid and nice and stable. So it's just going to cut a couple of strips here, try and make them semi-even, and we're putting a lot on, so we're basically going to make a little mini brace out of tape. Okay. So we're going to lay a strip just here and roll it up. Voila. And we're going to do the same on the other side, just some medial natural strips. So I try to keep the tape reasonably taut just to prevent little wrinkles if we can. Okay, so we're using this under tape. So let's have a look. So it'll be all good. Then this stuff is really rigid, strong. It's called zinc oxide tape. Now I've just got to find the end of it. It's often a bit very adhesive, very sticky. Now, not everyone can do this, but we do a little rip. So the little serrated bits, do a little rip just to have a nice clean edge. Okay, and then we lay that on the top, and essentially we're making like a little mini brace with the tape. Now the advantage of tape is that it's obviously directly on your skin, so it's less bulky than a brace. Adds some good proprioceptive feedback and it doesn't slip around. Also good if people have issues if they're sleeping, and it's less hot than a brace as well. The drawbacks with tape is that sometimes people's skin gets a little bit irritable, but we mitigate that through this under tape that we're using here. And another couple of little strips there. So it's doing the same on the other side. Okay, so that's nice and snug. Let's do one more on the medial side, because the knee wants to go in at the moment, so we're going to just keep that nice and stable. One on the outside just to keep it nice and strong and stable. Okay, but wait, there's more. So we've actually got two layers now. Under tape to look after the skin, zinc oxide tape, which is very rigid and strong adhesive. Then we're going to go black on the top. And so what this is going to do is going to help to hold the tape in position, make it look pretty, and also prevent it unraveling from the top with lots of adventure. So this is K-tape, which is stretchy. So I'm just going to measure a cut. So we spend a bit of time taping. So the taping companies do like us, and but I do quite like the stability of tape. How are you feeling there? Comfortable?
Great, thanks.
Good. Good. Okay, so we're trying to make it symmetrical and even. Okay. So what I'll do now is we're going to round the edges of the K-tape off. This just tries to prevent unraveling of a corner of a K-tape. So I just roll it off like that. A little bit of rounding of an edge. And we'll do a little rounding of this edge as well. Okay, now it's nicely rounded off. Voila! Ta-da! Okay, so we have 4 pieces. So we're going to lay this on the top of this, and it's saying it does a bit of a stretch. It's really just to kind of keep it all in position for the super adventurous people or really active people. We've got a layer to protect the skin of the zinc oxide tape, and we're just using a K-tape on the top as another layer of adhesive, and just to cover the little edges. Now, this is obviously more than a lot of people do, but we're just trying to make the tape as stable as possible for activity and adventures. And when it's a bit hotter and you're moving through the bush for adventure, you want it to be really stable. So nearly finished, but wait, there's more. What I'm doing now is a non-tension circumferential tape, which is round to hold it and lock it in position. So I do non-tension just because we don't want to affect circulation at all through the leg. Okay, so I'm just going to round the edge of the tape off. Round the edge of the tape off there. Okay, and then we go right round. So let me just do that. So it's going to lock off all the little edges of the tape right round. Up we come, round the corner, and then boom. Nice and snug. Look at that. We're creating a brace out of tape. So then we're going to do another little loop and cut it off. So it's saying we do have to do a bit of tight up if we do a bit of taping. Okay, and cool. Let's do this now. So roll it off. Wrap around and beautiful. So we push it all down nice and snug, and then what we'll do is we'll cut a little spare. It's always good to have a spare just in case you have a little unravel. You can stick it back down. So the advice with tape would suggest is that before a shower, push into it. After a shower, pat it dry rather than rub it dry. The rule with tape is you can leave it on for maybe up to 5 days if there's no skin sensitivity. If the skin's a little bit itchy or red or irritable, then take it off. But if your body likes it and your skin likes it, leave it on for 5 days. And if your body doesn't like it and your skin doesn't like it, you can take it off. That's just a neat tape for stability before some adventure.